Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we're going to be giving you an honest review, as always, on the latest update that's coming, / patch notes that we just got released a little while ago for version 1.0.23. As always, I'm going to go through, we'll give you a full read through of the patch notes, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on any that stick out. Let's dive in. Okay, so we have 1.0.23 is going to be released on March 13th. Let's get to the meat. Anniversary for number one. Anniversary celebrations are coming. Celebrate 14-day series, fantastic events. Number one, Carnival Party. Celebrate our anniversary and gaining amazing rewards. Okay. Sign in souvenirs. Sign in for 7 days and win great gifts. Okay. So free rewards, free gifts. Can't be mad at that. Anniversary gift. Claim your gem bundle as a token of our thanks. Magical memories. Look back on a year of amazing achievements. We have 1.5 Great Heights. Amid, this could be cool depending on how they do this. Great events amid, so basically it's another great events coming out. Okay. Lucky flip, try your luck and win amazing prizes. All right. Artifact throwback, pick up a time limited legendary artifact from previous seasons. Okay. I'll have to see how free to play, or if it's probably spender gated or using gems, or probably tickets might be attached to that. We'll see how that plays out. Downgrad Banquet, put together a feast fit for heroes. Okay. Caravan Escort, complete escort quest for bountiful rewards. Okay. Automation Raid, team up to take on powerful automatons. Oh, interesting. So I wonder if this is going to be another kind of co-op type of thing you can do with the players. If so, that could be fun. Let's get to number two. Season, a smoother route to prosperity. 2.1. Season 2 Plus is now referred to as Season B1, Balaran 1. This does not affect the season content. Honestly, I'll probably still call it Season 2 Plus. Just, it kind of makes sense. But the thing is that if you're going to do a change like this, map it out. Like, so I would give an indent line, and then I would say, here is the season pathing, where it's Season 1, Season 2, B1, T1, right? And then kind of do parentheses and say, B1 is 2 plus, right? So the parentheses would say 2 plus, and then T1 would say 2 plus plus. Right, as an example. So that way it's just easier to understand for everyone. When you make changes like this, especially for people that are just getting into the game, it's nice to be able to have that historical reference there. And again, it's only one line. 2-2. Improve the Season 2 map. Players entering Season 2 will be able to enjoy an all-new map once the update is complete. This will not affect players currently in Season 2. I mean, okay. Do I think that Season 2 needs a new map? Not really. Is this a bad change? We don't know, right? Is it going to be a great change? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see how the map looks and then compare it to what the current Season 2 map is. Another side of me almost wonders if, is this kind of the best use of resources? Like, that's a part that comes into my mind, which is, okay, well, is there enough bandwidth there amongst the development team where they're able to split their focus and work on this where it's not affecting anything else? Is it maybe more worthwhile to invest those resources and bandwidth and personnel bandwidth into, progressing and developing further? Were people advocating and asking for a revised Season 2 map or a new Season 2 map? And I didn't see that happening. So this is, I guess, kind of a catch us by surprise change. And again, maybe the map will be better. And if it is, cool. I just don't know if this is blowing me out of the water where it's like, oh yeah, this is so overwhelmingly amazing. Again, we'll have to wait and see how it is. This is just, I'm iffy on this, right? I'm curious what you guys think. 2-3, improve the alliance recommendations and alliance joining features in Season T1. The system will not recommend alliances where the leader and rank 4 members have been inactive for a period of time. If you try to join an inactive alliance, you will be notified beforehand. This is kind of a nice quality of life improvement. However, and I'm assuming they're maybe referring to or I guess I'm thinking that could be referring to that banner that shows the top of your board. So it'd be like around here, right? That it floats if you're just kind of zoomed out of your city, and or even inside, but it'll give you a recommendation for an alliance to join if you're not in one. I mean, I would like to, I don't know how many people really click join on that though, right? I mean, I'm sure maybe some do. But on the other hand, I would imagine a lot of a number of people also click join on the alliance tab that's on the bottom, and then they'll look through the alliances, right, to kind of see power, how much capacity they have, etc. But yeah, I mean, is this kind of a nice, smaller quality of life? Yeah, I'll take it. 2.4, improved season talent quests in Season 2.1. Calculations for the quests Legendary Spear, Conquering Sword, and Fearless Blade now begin 24 hours after the Augerstone stage Chest of Desire begins. Previously, this was 12 hours. Okay, I like how they included what the previous change was. And they're saying now it's basically just kind of doubled in time. Okay. This seems pretty small to me. So, I mean, yeah, it's just maybe that much longer until that starts. But I don't see this as being dreadfully impactful. Then we get to 2.5. Change the name of the Season Talent branch to Season T1. Ranged Assault is now named Battle Acuity, or Acuity. Okay. Personally, I like Ranged Assault. I'd be curious to hear if there was a reasoning behind why the name change. That would be nice. But again, I think our hope for when we read through patch notes is that we're getting more explanations than not. So, and this might seem small to some people, but just understanding the logic behind why something is being changed allows for you to get a deeper dive into the minds of the developers and kind of the positions on where they stand or where they come from. And so, even if it's something small like this, I still would love to know why. Number 6, change. And I mean, this could be as simple as just saying that, Ranged Assault we felt was being defined as this. Battle Acuity we feel is being defined as this and is more relevant, right, to what the actual town is. Like, even if it's just something simple like that, right? Doesn't mean that everyone has to kind of agree or disagree, but just kind of, getting a little bit more insight would be lovely. Some context. 6, change certain policies and technologies. Policies related to gem gathering now increase your CPU recovery speed. The technology gem gathering has now been added. Okay. So they've added it to tech, removed from policies. I'm actually okay with this, to be honest. Because now it's not something you have to reset every time. You just kind of keep it at a constant flow. So I get that. On the other hand, my view on gem gathering is now actually becoming more pro gem gathering, where it's, let people gather as many gems as they want, right? If people want to invest time into the game, especially for those that are, free to play, low spend. And of course, this applies to anyone across the board. But let people gather, right? My thing is either set a precedent early on in your Kingdom Builder game's life where you allow gem gathering or you don't allow gem gathering. But constantly changing it, especially the number of changes we've seen since the beginning of the game around gem gathering, where it's now at a point where, you have the cap, 2K cap every week that you can capture, and then after that the rate goes down. It's just, part of me just feels like, man, it's just a bit too restrictive. Just either allow people to do it or don't allow. It's just under this weird middle ground thing. It feels off to me, and I'm curious if anyone else kind of feels that way as well. Let me know. Then we have removed alliance tech related to the speed of destroying barricades. These technologies have now been replaced with effects that increase your gather speed for all resources. This is iffy to me because part of me wonders, what's the average removal time on a maxed barricade, right, for the seasons where you're still able to build barricades in? And is it something that has just always felt short, right, where people don't notice a difference? Or, if people are mass building barricades, is it, is the time short already? And so removing this and removing that increased speed of destruction is not going to be a huge impact. I'd be curious to hear what people think on this one, because part of me leans more towards this is a tech that should have been kept in. And this is one of those lines where this could be potentially a significant change. And this is where I would love for them to give some context, right? Do an indent here between 7 and 8 and give an explanation on why you're making the change. What are you seeing? To me, and again, you could call this a hot take or not, but this is what I will say respectfully, as if you're looking at this from a business, decisions have to be justified in any business. You're not going to make a decision without, having kind of just cause, right, to do it. If you're not supported from your evidence and from your data, and being able to put that into words and explain that in patch notes is incredibly important, especially if you want to be able to connect with your community a lot more, to where they feel like, oh, these are, okay, I get that, right? Like, these are good decisions, or maybe it's the best decision that could be made in that moment, or, they're trying something out, and we appreciate having a better understanding of that through an explanation. So yeah, kind of unfortunate that we didn't get one here. Number 8, removed policies related to new server openings in Season 1, as some of these policies would increase your Legion capacity. Let's see here. Remove policies related to new server openings. Okay. As some of these policies would increase your Legion capacity has been increased for all heroes from the beginning of Season 1. This change will only take effect on newly open Season 1 servers. Per level elixir production and daily resource healing has been increased for hospital buildings on all servers. Okay. Interesting. This might not be that bad. Remove policy. Okay, so it says some policy has only been increased. One of the changes will only take effect. Okay. So they're removing policies that would increase Legion capacity in Season 1 and just, having a flat rate? See, this is where, if you're going to write something like this, you need to provide the numbers, right? This is where more detail and more explanation is needed. And this is a missed opportunity, unfortunately. So an example here is if you're going to write this line, you would then say that now Season 1 Legion capacity is this, right? And then when you get to Season 2, it'll go to this, right? And then when you get to Season 2 plus, it'll be this. To T1, it'll be this. This is going back to what we saw before, higher up, or I should say a few minutes ago, where we were talking about when you're giving your pathing, your season pathing, right? Giving those historical references, the references on what is the actual path in its entirety, is important. Same thing here. Then we get to the next part. But again, I will say, on the other side, this could be a nice change. I would just like to see what the numbers are. I feel like it is. This change will, and then we have the per level elixir production and daily resource healing has been increased for hospital buildings on all servers. So does this mean all servers, all seasons? That's how I'm taking it. If that's all servers, unless it's referring to servers only in Season 1, right? This is where this line's a little bit iffy, because I could read this as all servers Season 1. I could also read this as all servers across all seasons, right? Now, if this is all servers across all seasons and they're increasing the resource healing and the elixir production, that's a W. That's an absolute W. However, once again, it would be nice to know what the details are. Provide specifics. What were the numbers before the change, and then what are the numbers now after the change or once the change takes effect? That would be lovely to see. Data is important, right? Because I have no idea what this means beyond, there's a change coming. I mean, you could be increasing this by 1% for all I know. Again, we don't know. Providing those details, important, right? Allows for you to connect with the community a lot more. Number 9, improved unit promotion. After you successfully promote units, your previous choice will be retained the next time you open the unit training page, allowing you to more easily promote large numbers of units. Oh, I actually like this. This is a nice quality of life change. This is really nice. Okay, let's get to number 3, an even richer combat experience. Improved 3.1, improved sorting feature for heroes, artifacts, and war pets, adding the new ability to sort items in ascending and descending order. Also added a new filter feature allowing you to find heroes, artifacts, and war pets you need based on your requirements. Okay, this actually seems to be a nice quality of life update. I like this, being able to save time and be more efficient in what you need to pull up in game. Not bad. Improved the auto-positioning system for melee and ranged legions. Legions will now position themselves more naturally when marching in groups. Okay. Again, I'd like to see what this means. I mean, even if they just gave an example here on an indented line, a little bit more detail, once again, missed opportunity, that would have been great to add in. Number 3, improved legion marching. Legions will now move more freely when trying to enter nearby buildings and cities. Okay, I mean, this seems like quality of life. And I wonder if this is more because we've noticed some, like, I've at least seen some legions that get caught on cities or get caught in certain areas when they're marching, and it either kind of delays them getting there, or not to say it bugs out. And I'm sure some people know what I'm talking about. But if this kind of corrects that and or other things that are of similar challenges or hurdles for when legions are marching, this is nice. In the interest of balance, the following changes have been made to the hero and artifact skill. So we have changed to Tohar's skill Earth Conduit. Previously, after Oh, let's see. What is this? Okay. Previously, after every 5 normal attacks, Tohar channels Rage with the Plateau, dealing damage to the target Legion every second for up to 5 seconds. Moving interrupts channeling. Damage is magic. Damage factor 300. Okay. Now. Okay. So the only thing I like this. Okay. Again, thank you for providing the previous on what it is currently, or what it was previously, and what it is now. Right? We talked about this before when we were referencing to like League of Legends patch notes and how just well done they are in their format, in their presentation. This is nice. The only thing I would say here is that to make this clear, I would move the damage type, damage factor up to where it says previous, and then I would connect this. And then I would highlight previously and highlight now, or bold it if you want, right? Just so it's separated and it's easier to look at, because you could also take this as damage type factor is going in now, even though, yes, it is down here. It just makes it easier to read. It's like, here's one, here's the other, and they're separated. So we have this, right? Magic 100 to 300, right? 100, right? Now, after launching 3 normal attacks, right? So now it only takes 3 to proc. Tohar channels Rage to the Plateau, dealing damage to the target every second for up to 3 seconds. But now they removed moving interrupts channeling. So that's not anymore. That's probably a buff, really, when you think about it. And then the magic type is here, right? So we have 250 to 500. So 300 over 5 seconds is 1500. 500 over 3 seconds is 1500. It's still the same. 3 seconds over 250 is 750. 5 over 100. So this is actually getting a buff. It's getting a buff on the earlier levels, but it still scales to the same top end, right? And then now it's 4 seconds here. So cooldown is 4 seconds, but there was no cooldown previously. Oh, so they added the cooldown just in case, because there was no cooldown previously from what it looked like. So this to me feels like a buff. You're removing the fact that if they get interrupted, or if they get attacked, it interrupts the challenging. You've removed that, and you've scaled it better at the earlier levels. This to me seems like it is a slight buff, right? Okay. Then we get to, if a hero in Tohar's Legion casts a rage skill, the cooldown ends immediately. Oh, wow. If a hero in Tohar's Legion casts a rage skill, the cooldown... Oh, wow. So your secondary hero could actually finish the cooldown sooner at times, and then Tohar would be able to proc the skill that much faster. Change Tohar's skill Plateau Protection. Previously, while channeling Rage at the Plateau, Tohar's Legion gains Unyielding and Shelter. Unyielding, counterattack damage taken, -5 to -15%. And then we have Shelter is defense plus 15 up to 35%. So now, when Tohar begins channeling Rage to the Plateau, his Legion gains Unyielding and Shelter for 5 seconds. And, oh, I see. So previously there wasn't a duration on it, but now there is. And then we have Unyielding is -5 to 15, same. Plus 15 to plus 35, same. Okay. So really the only thing they've added differently to this is that they've just added a time limit on how long. Okay. Okay, I guess that technically would be a debuff or a bit of a nerf. Change Tohar's. And I want to point out, this is good. I like how they're doing the previous and the now. This is great. This is what we expect. The only other thing I would like to see them add is almost kind of like an editor's note or a dev note that says this is why we're making the change. And this is something that, like I've mentioned, if you look at League of Legends patch notes, they do very well. They explain why changes are happening, what the meta is, what the trends are, what the data is implicating or showing. That's the next step for them. But this is a good step in the right direction. Okay. Then we get to, where's the next one? When Tohar began, oh, no, hang on. Here we go. Skill Earth Ritual. Previously, we have, hang on, where is it? Tohar finished channeling Rage Plateau. His Legion gains Keen, attack 35% for 3 seconds. Now, after Tohar finishes challenging Rage Plateau, his Legion gains attack 35 for 5 seconds. Okay, so a little bit of a buff here. Changed the Oath of Stormpeak skill, Hallowed Covenant. Previously, summons a clone of your Legion for 30 seconds. The clone has your Legion's skills and attributes and can cast rage skills. However, it deals less damage and takes more damage than your Legion. Clone Legion damage dealt is -90 to -70%. Clone Legion damage taken is 1600% to 800% at max. Now the change: summons Clone of Legion. The Clone Legion deals 50 to 100% of the damage your Legion can deal. Oh wow, okay, so it can go up to max, and takes 50% more damage than your Legion would. If your Legion is a Cavalry Legion, the Clone Legion gains 1,000 rage. Oh wow, 1,000 rage upon entering battle. Clone Legions disappear 10 seconds after being summoned, and clone units cannot die or be severely wounded. Oh, interesting. So a couple stipulations here. This could actually be nice for Cavalry now, where this could actually be something that's really cool to use in Cav. This almost seems like a nice little Cav buff. But then they've also added the timer on, so that's there. And it looks like they increased the damage Legion it deals, right? So the Clone Legion deals 50 to 100% of the damage, so that means it could deal max damage for what yours does. That seems to be a bit of a buff. And then you take 50% more damage than your Legion would. I wonder how that scales with the 1600% to 800%, because if it's 50, then what? That'd be 150, right? So that maybe seems like it takes less damage taken now than what this previously was. Someone will have to let me know if my math is mathing there. But this actually seems like a nice buff for Cav, and then potentially seems like the Oath of Stormpeak artifact is getting a bit of a buff. As again, if I'm reading this correctly. Number 5, Engineering Talent Barricade Destroyer has been replaced by Hard Hats. Previously, Barricade Destroyer increases engineering by 200% when your Legion destroys a barricade. Now, your Legion gains 10% enemy attack mitigation when building or destroying buildings in the field. Okay, so just making the people that are there on the building more durable. Yeah, I mean, I think even just adding an additional flat rate for being able to destroy more, that could have been something too. But, yeah, I mean, again, how many more people, increase it over 200% when your Legion destroys a barricade? It's not bad. I don't know if maybe this is, we'll see. I mean, again, this isn't a bad change. It's just, I wonder if it's the right change, right, for that particular skill. Curious what you guys think. 6, improved descriptions for engineering-related hero skills and talents. Okay, would have been nice to give an example, even if it's just one. Reduced the difficulty of certain Dragon Trail stages. Okay. Why? Again, give a little bit of context. 8, added a skip preview feature for certain Dragon Trail stages. Okay, this is okay. I'm okay with that. That's specific enough, and that seems like a small little quality of life. Fixed an issue where Tohar's skill, Earth Conduit, could not take effect on behemoths. Okay, nice. Fixed an issue where Ice Lizard's skill, Ice Core, would not take effect at 2 stars. Okay. Fixed an issue, and I like seeing these. Fixed an issue where enabling artifact skill autocast would cause you to attack enemies in the field other than your current target. Okay, that's nice. Improved balance by increasing infantry and cavalry combat features. Increased the charge rush distance, speed, and duration for the infantry skill, Berserker Charge, and cavalry skill, Unyielding Rush. Okay, this is a really good example of here's the change, here's what the change that's being made, and then here's some examples on what that means. Why can't we just do this for multiple other things? Like, this is a great example. Let's just move forward, continue improving, and kind of use that as a building block. That's great. But yeah, as far as this goes, I guess we'll have to see. Cavalry units will no longer be intercepted by other legions when launching on. Okay, that actually seems nice. Increased charge resistance. Okay, so yeah, again, if it works in infantry's favor, nice. More enjoyable events. You can now skip all animations in Lucky Spin and Wheel of Destiny. Oh, thank you, Buddha. This is actually nice. I appreciate you over there at Dev Headquarters. You can now use wounded units in Celestial Battlegrounds and Trial of Light. Okay. I didn't know you couldn't do that before. But I guess it kind of made sense if you're thinking about, you want units to be alive and healthy or out of the infirmary. But okay, I guess that just means you'll be able to have more available to you because it's kind of almost taking a snapshot of your total units. They're just now counting those that are in the hospital. Season reward notifications are now clear when entering a new season. Okay, that's nice. I mean, again, I would love to give an example similar to what we said before. Fixed an issue where resource cost reductions would not be shown when training or promoting legions during the Chest of Charms event. Okay, that's nice. Nice. I like seeing that. Fixed an issue where progress and points would not be displayed properly in the college credit event. Okay, nice. Here we go. An improved alliance system. Following player feedback, we have made changes to certain Alliance officer privileges. Designated Alliance officers can now appoint other members, remove certain Alliance buildings and Alliance members' personal buildings, and recall Alliance member legions from behemoth lairs. Okay, this is nice. I would have loved to see this formatted, even if it's just hyphens, right, or line breaks. But this is nice. I think there's a lot more they can do with the alliances too as well. And I always love that they have this alliance system area. But these are nice quality of life. I can't wait to see how these play out. I think this is going to be a good change. And again, positive, right? This is, and I also want to point out, in case no one caught this, where they said following player feedback, right? Which is calling out to the fact that this is something that players have asked for, and you're seeing the change implemented. And they're acknowledging that. That's nice. Touche. Whoever wrote this line, you give them a fist bump from BN. Number 6, incredible story content. Added 12 dynamic emojis for Lilia, Hosk, and other heroes. Increase your heroes' trust levels to unlock these new amazing emojis. Okay. Added a story playback feature allowing you to view previous story content while watching the story. Okay. Improved various story-related visual effects. Number 4, improved story-related skipping. You will be able to skip story content regardless of whether it is your first time watching. Okay, I mean, that's nice. Improved character behavior and visual effects inside your city, making characters appear more lively and natural. Okay, oh, nice, cool. I'm down for that. Let's get a little Sims animation going on. Last one, we're almost at the end. Other improvements. I love other improvements is one of my favorite sections. Improved unit appearances for Wilderberg. Units at each level now have more impressive appearances. Okay, cool. Added a server hotspots feature. Once observing other servers becomes available on your server, you can enable this feature on the map to see where the most active areas are. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, okay, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, wow. I want to say something here. I love the server observation feature. I do, and I almost feel like they can do so much more with this, where you almost can add in maybe more things that you can do. Maybe if you're observing, you can add in stat lines. Like when was the last activity that was done? Maybe when you're observing a server, there's like a bar, like something that can come up here and it tells you like level 1 pass opens. This time level 2 pass opens here, level 3 pass. Like having something like that when you're observing where it kind of gives you this broad way. So that way you can pay attention and see when these things are happening, right? So that way you'll be more likely to use it and also have a higher chance of catching and tuning into fights when they're happening. Like, again, more can be done with this, but I like how they're adding more things onto this. I think it is a good direction. Fixed an issue with displaying levels for enemies during the Season 2 storyline. Okay, you can now view the sources of unobtained artifacts. Okay, I like that. Improved user experience for selling war pet skills. It is now more difficult to carry out an action by mistake. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Didn't Guns have something that happened before? And there was like a meme going around in the Gen chat of like him facepalming himself and looking down in his chair. I don't know if that's what happened there, but okay. All right. So that's it. Again, remember we got 6 days until the update drops. I think overall, in conclusion, it was funny because I was talking to some people early on in the CoD VC this morning, and someone was saying that there wasn't a lot that was jam packed into this update, and so. I think that's probably accurate, where it's not, I think this update was a little bit more quality of life, right, than it was us getting, like a new event would have been nice, even if it was just one. I think that would have been great to see added here. Maybe a few more things on the Alliance side. But again, I think most of the quality of life things are steps in the right direction. I think another part of what we looked at, and I'll always keep saying this, right? I think it's nice to see that they're adding in the kind of previous and the now changes. I just wish that they did that a little bit more and then also added in some explanations. Even if it's brief explanations, we don't have to go too deep, but just being able to give us a little bit more insight on a number of the points that were mentioned here in the update. And this has been a consistent trend as well throughout a lot of the patch notes. But clearly, we are seeing some improvements, even if it is slow to us. Again, I like seeing that. I would believe, and I like to hope that the community likes to see those as well. So, yeah, I think overall, this update is still a win. I think the update overall is still a W, right? Despite there being some questions, despite there being some ifs and iffies, if you will, here and there, but I still think a net positive. So happy again. Remember, this wasn't the big update. The big update, I imagine, is probably going to be the next update for 1.0.24. That's probably going to be the one where we're going to see home kingdoms, we'll see cross-season migration, we're going to see a lot more stuff in that one. And if that comes out around May, give or take, somewhere around there, I'll be excited. I think that will be more of the update that I think a lot of us will be looking forward to and will be a determining factor on, what the future of the game holds. And again, I'm excited for the next update, mainly because I'm hoping that those two features will be included in it, and then we'll see what else happens, because I think that will drastically change the landscape of the game, and hopefully it will for the better. So with that in mind, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As always, until next time, I will catch you later. Don't forget to hit us with that. Latest.